Okay, good evening, everyone. You're welcome to the goal setting and planning for 2024. Let me know how excited you are for tonight's session. Tonight's session is the final session for the year 2023. And today we are talking about a very important topic, which I tagged goal setting and planning. Okay, you'll be learning how you can design your 2024 and other years ahead. Okay, it's important that a setting goals, you must be clear about what you want, all right? And you must be able to create a plan on how you can get it and achieve it. So this night is about goal setting and planning and how you can design 2024 and beyond. So let me know if you're joining me. Let me know where you're joining me from. You are welcome. You're welcome. Some of you have to share this link to your friends. Okay, this is our final session on Top Club, and I don't want anyone to miss this. Okay, I don't want anyone to miss this. Do well to share it with your friends, share it on your status. People come and learn how you can prepare for 2024. All right, there are different type of people now. Many people are still mourning what happened in 2023, but there's another set of people, and I'm sure all of you here in tonight's session, you are part of those people, those who are getting set, who are preparing for how they want their 2024 and beyond to look like. All right. So let me know, okay, how ready you are for tonight's session. Blessing, you are welcome. Thanks for joining this evening. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for joining. I'm excited, and I know you should be excited too. All right. It's been an amazing year. I can remember when we started January, and now just we are in December. Wow, wow. Just take a moment. How many of you have taken a moment to just think about how the year has been so far? All right. How many of you are just taking a moment, maybe during the last few days, just to think about how the year has been so far? So let me know in the comment section, how has your 2023 been? How, if you can use a word to describe 2023, what will it be? All right. What will it be? Has it been stressful? Has it been exciting? Has it been tough? Has it been? Just let me use a word, okay? I want everyone, please, as you're joining, use a word to describe how your 2023 has been. All right. How has 2023 been? All right. Just let me know in the comment section and I'll put your comment in the chat box, okay? So once again, you are welcome to tonight's session. Today we're talking about goal setting and planning, how you can design 2024 and beyond. But before we go ahead, I want each and every one of you, just with one word, describe how your 2023 has been. All right. I know some people say it has been tough. Some people say it has been hard. Some people say difficult. Some people say stressful. Some people say exciting. Some people say purposeful. So just use a word to describe how your 23 has been. I'm ready for you, okay? I'm ready for everyone. Let me know. And regardless of your comments, okay, just know that this session, by the end of this session, you would have gotten a framework, a systematic approach to start and prepare for your 2024. All right. So regardless of how 2023 has been, don't let it bother you. It's already in the past. Okay. It's already in the past. All right. So your goal now, as someone who is purposeful, as someone who is intentional about your life, is to think, how can I make, regardless of how this year has been, how can I make the next year and other years better and exciting? All right. So Bemisola said, great. That's nice, great. So I'm ready for others' comments, okay, for you to describe how your 2023 has been so far. So personally, I remember in 2023, this year, I set about, is it 10 goals? Yes. I set about 10 major goals, 10 goals, and then 3 major goals. So far out of those 10 goals, I could say, based on my reading, I was able to achieve about 7 of them. The many three, though I went at it, but I couldn't. All right. But also, there are things I learned from not being able to achieve them. There are things I learned, there are lessons I learned, there are things I'm going to try again. There are new approaches I'm going to take towards trying to achieve them. All right. So that's what I'm saying. Regardless of how your year has been, that doesn't mean, okay, the most important thing is that what can you start doing now to prepare to make the next year a better and a great one. All right. So while I'm waiting for everybody to others to join, okay, I want to ask another question. And the question I want to ask is that on a scale of 1 to 10, can you grade your 2023? On a scale of 1 to 10, can you grade your 2023? Just call your 2023. Is it 1/10? Some people can be 1/10. Is it 8/10? Is it 6/10? Is it 10/10? Let me see who will say 10/10 here. All right. So grade your 2023 Okay, based on how it went for you, okay, can you grade your 2023? 1 over 10, 2 over 10, 5 over 10, 6 over 10. I'm still waiting for comments. I'm not seeing any comments yet. So I think others are still waiting to join. So please help me to share this link on Top Club, okay? Just to remind people that we've started. All right, we've started. So while I'm still waiting for others, please just grade. Okay, very sorry for the break in transmission. Okay, let's go. So Bemsola is saying 7 over 10. Great. 7 over 10. That's nice. That's nice. That's excellent, actually. That's excellent. Okay, so Odab, just let me just grade your 2023, how it was for you. All right. So, like I said earlier, we're talking about goal setting and planning. And by the end of this session, I'll be teaching you how you can create a personal vision for 2024. How you can create a personal vision for 2024 and beyond. Also, you'll be learning effective ways to set goals. Some of us don't know how to set goals. We say things like wishes. We thought they are goals. Okay, you hear people saying that I want to make more money, I want to exercise, I want to be more fit, I want to travel. They are just wishes. Okay, they are not really goals because there are some parameters you must measure for you to set goals. Your goals must be smart. Okay, I will discuss that later. So you'll be learning how you can create a personal vision for 2024 and beyond. All right. Secondly, you'll be learning how you can set effective goals. All right. And thirdly, you'll be learning how you can use a proven framework to turn your goals into reality. All right. So those are the three things you'll be learning tonight. So scientists love set 5 over 10. Well, it's fine, it's average, but that's okay. It's better than none. All right. So great. I love all the feedback I got so far. So if you are joining, you can still drop your feedback. So, like I said, goal setting and planning. All right. I mentioned goal setting and planning because beyond setting goals, the most important thing is for you to create plans towards the achievement of those goals. All right. It's not enough to set goals. In fact, beyond setting goals, one of the most important things you must do is to create plans, solid plans that will help you achieve those goals you set. All right. Goal setting and planning. But before even setting goals and creating those plans, you must be able to know what your life vision is about. All right. What are you trying to achieve with your life? What is that destination you are going to? Okay, because the destination you are going to, the vision for your life will determine the type of goals you set. You will hear many people setting goals about 2024 goals, 2024 goals. It's very easy to set 2024 goals, but it's like every other year. Most of you have set 2022 goals, you didn't achieve much. You set 2023 goals, you didn't achieve much. So there's something that is wrong. And one thing that is wrong is that most people set their goals only for the year 2024 or like 2023. But the most important thing is for you to envision your life in the next 5 years, 10 years. Then based on what you have envisioned for your life, you will now set goals in line with that. Do you get? So it's not about just setting goals. Your goals must be interconnected. Your goals are not dependent alone. They are not independent. They are dependent. All right. So you don't just set 2024 goals alone. No, your 2024 goals must be linked to something. You must be pursuing something. You must be going after something that your 2024 goals will help you advance towards. I don't even get my point. So it's not enough to just say 2024, I want to make this thing, I want to do this thing. No, that's not the right way to do that. Okay, you must have a vision for your life, and 2024 will now be a path, a step towards that vision. Okay, a step towards that vision. So 2024 is dependent. Yeah, it's not just independent on its own. Your 2024 goals must be dependent on the vision you have for your life, your 10 years vision, your 5 years vision, or 1 year vision. All right. So let me know if you're following me. Okay. So your 2024 goals, okay, it's not just independent, they are dependent on the type of life you want to live, on the type of future you are trying to build or create for yourself. All right. So I'll be sharing about 6 ideas or 6 principles you must understand before even setting goals and designing, creating your vision and all those things. Okay. There's some about 6 things you must understand. All right. 6 things you must understand. And the first thing you must understand is that something called the law of entropy. How many of you are science students here? All right. I don't know how many of you are science students here. There's something called the law of entropy, or the second law of thermodynamics. It was taught in chemistry. And the basic principle behind, the fundamental principle behind that law of entropy is that everything tends to disorder. Are you following me? Everything tends towards disorder. Everything tends towards chaos. That means if you leave anything alone, okay, without touching it, all right, it's in its natural state, it will disintegrate. So what I'm trying to say is that it is the natural tendency of things to lose order. For example, if you leave a garden on its own, what will happen after sometimes? A beautiful garden can start bringing out weeds. Weeds will overtake it. So things tend to disorder. For example, a car, if you leave a car alone, after some time, what will happen to the car? The car will start rusting. Are you getting my point now? So things, when left on its own, they tend to disorder. Also, in fact, look at yourself. People naturally, as you grow, what's happening? You are aging. People gradually age. You are getting older. You are not getting younger. There's a quote that says, today is the youngest you will ever be. So we are getting older. All right. So things naturally tend towards disorder. It's called the law of entropy. Also, with enough time, even mountains, those big mountains you see, all right, they will disintegrate. If you give it enough time, you hear about in geography, you hear about mountains that have been around for thousands of years, but they have been disintegrating. They were big before, but after years, they are disintegrating. So in this universe, okay, things naturally tends to disorder. And when you know this, you must understand also that if you're not intentional about your life, if you're not intentional about the life you want to create, if you just leave your life to chance, what will happen? Your life will naturally disintegrate. It will tend to disorder. I don't know if you are getting my point, okay? So for things to grow, for things to advance, you must be intentional about designing it, about creating what you want. Because if you leave your health alone, what will happen? You will start getting sick. It will not get better. If you leave your health alone and do nothing about it, what will happen? It will disintegrate. If you leave your finances alone and not do anything about it, what will happen? It will disintegrate. You will go into debt. You will start borrowing. You will get worse. If you leave your relationship alone, if you're not intentional about it or designing it the way you want, what will happen to your relationship? It will destroy, it will scatter. Things left alone naturally goes into what? Chaos. It naturally disorder. So also is your life. So you cannot afford to just live your life anyhow by default. You must live your life by design. Let me say that again. You can't afford to live your life by default. You must live your life by design. That's why I said design 2024. Because if you choose to do nothing about 2024, if you just want to enter 2024 like everybody else, what will happen? Your 2024 become worse. I'm serious. And that's why it's important to know what you want and start being intentional, become an active participator in creating the life you want, not being reactive that, there's forest, okay, the naira is dropping, it's affecting you. This one is happening, it's affecting you. You are just reacting. You start feeling tired, scared, bothered. No, you have to be active. You get a participator. You start to start creating the type of life you want to live. I remember the Bible. The Bible talks about that in the book of Genesis. The Bible says that God didn't cause rain to fall on the earth because there is no man to manage it. There's no man to manage it. Because if you leave things on its own, including your life, including your health, including your relationship, including your finances, including your spiritual life. If you leave it on its own, what will happen? They will tend towards disorder. They will disintegrate. In fact, even your clothes, think about everything around you. I know some of you have some maybe a building around your house or something. You see those buildings, maybe they were building it before and then they stopped building for some times. What will happen? You see grass. I was in a building. I traveled some weeks ago to Kogi State, and on the journey, I saw a building, okay, uncompleted building, all right, with a roof, okay, but a big tree has grown and destroyed the roof, okay, like a tree was shooting out of the roof because the house is not completed, okay. Because of that, the house has turned to chaos. Because the person that was building that house, that was designing that house, left it alone, and what happened? It became worse. So that's how our life is. If you don't plan your life, if you don't design your life, your future, your 2024, it will gradually become worse. So for you to create the life you want, you must be intentional about what you want. You must decide the kind of life you want and then start working towards it. I don't know if you are getting my point, okay? So knowing this will make you what? You will not put upon yourself that, I must design my ideal life. Because an ideal life is designed, not given. Let me say that again. An ideal life, a great life, an optimal life is not given, it is designed. You don't just get a great life. No, you design it. You design it. Currently now, I work from home, okay? For the past 2 years now, I've been working from home because when I finished my NYC in 2020, okay, I knew the vision for my life, that my vision will involve me traveling to places. I'm not the kind of person that I love to lead. I love to manage things. I love to build. I am a creative person. And based on that, I can't really thrive in a restrictive environment. That means for me to really do what I want to do, I must create the type of life I want to live. And that involves me preparing in 2020 after my NYC. So I stayed back in River State where I served, okay? I started learning skills that will help me even work at home, so that I can do those things I want to do, so that I can have the time and freedom I want to do what I want to do. But I could do that because I have envisioned my life. So based on what I've envisioned in my future, I could design the life I want to live and then plan towards it. Now, for the past 2 years now, I've been working at home because that's what I planned. That's the way I want to design my life. You get? So if you don't design your life, okay, it will naturally go towards disorder. That's why it's important, all right, to design your life, to design your 2024 and beyond. I don't know if you're getting me. So you must be intentional about this, okay, designing your life, because once you don't design anything, it naturally goes to disorder. No, the second thing you must know is that in setting your goals, the goal of your goal is to grow. I've been saying, I always say it, and I'll say it again. The goal of goals is to grow. Many people think that goals is just about, the goal of goals is just to achieve goals. No, it's very easy to achieve goals. All right, it's very easy to achieve goals. But the most important thing about setting goals is that your mindset must be that you want to grow. That should be the goal of your goals. The goal of your goals is to grow. And like John C. Maxwell we always say, he said, you can achieve goals and not grow, but you can't grow. But once you grow, you will achieve goals. Let me say that again. You can achieve goals and not grow, but you can't grow and not achieve goals. What is he trying to say? That means if you really want to achieve goals, you must be intentional about growing, because when you grow, it is certain that you will achieve goals. All right. So, for example, I remember initially my goal was always to read the Bible, Genesis to Revelation every year. But I remember that time, I'll just be rushing to read that. I must read this one today. I must read this one tomorrow. I am achieving those goals of reading the Bible. But I discovered later that I was not growing spiritually, because I'll read something today, I have forgotten later. I was not intentional about growing. My desire is just to achieve goals. So I have made such mistakes in the past, and I'm learning, and that's what I'm telling you now. In setting your goals, don't make your desire, your main focus shouldn't be to achieve goals. Your main focus should be to grow, because when you grow, you will achieve goals. For example, now, some people's goal is to make 1 million naira in 2024, which is great. Maybe 2 million naira in 2024, which is great. But it's not enough to just make 2 2 million naira or 1 million naira, whatever your goal is. The goal is to become someone that can keep making that amount. Because some of you can make 2 million naira now, and then you will never make more again. In fact, guess what? What will happen if you go less again? The law of entropy. So the goal is to become someone that can keep making that amount or even increasing it. So in setting goals, you must come in setting goals in different areas of your life. You must know that this goal is not just about achieving goals. It's easy to achieve goals. For example, one of the goals I achieved this year is that I wrote and launched my book, my fourth book. But I didn't just wrote that book, okay? When I was writing that book, I was learning the process of writing that book so that I can be able to replicate it. Because some of my goals this next year is that I want to write and publish 2 books. But now, when I was writing this book this year, I was building myself. I was learning it. Okay, I must research. Okay, this I must tailor my habit, structure my day. This is how I must go about writing this book. I was learning the process of writing this. I was developing myself. I was learning the process of writing these books so that I'll be able to replicate it next year. Do you get my point? So it's not about, so I finished writing my book and publishing it now. But guess what? I have become someone that can keep writing more books. So I wrote a book this year now. I can write 2 more books next year. But if my goal is just about writing book and publishing it, what will happen? I will write the books. But guess what? I have lost the most important thing, which is who I am becoming. So what am I trying to say? Who you are becoming is more important than what you are achieving. I don't know if you get what I just said now. Who you are becoming is more important than what you are achieving. Because if you become someone, you will achieve something. That's the most important thing. Most young people, okay, they're just focused on, I want to buy phone, I want to do this, I want to get this one. No, the goal is for you to become someone, to become something in the process of achieving that goal. That is the most important thing, because that is what will make make your vision, your life become sustainable. I don't know if you are getting my point. To become something. So whatever goal you are setting, for example, my goal is to become an healthy person, a fit person. So my goal is not just to maybe go to gym 10 times maybe 10 times this year or achieve this one. No, my goal is to become someone that is fit every time. All right. So when I'm doing my push-up every time, okay, my goal is about not just achieving 100 push-up per day. My goal is to become someone that is always fit. So someone that is always fit, we always do what? We always do push-ups. Someone that's always fit, we always watch the food he eats, knows when the right time to sleep. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not about achieving goals. The most important thing is what? It's about becoming someone. It's about growing. All right, that's the most important thing. So I've said the first one, the law of entropy. Everything tends towards disorder. So for you to create the life you want, okay, you must be intentional about designing the life you want. If not, if you leave your 2024 alone, if you leave your life alone, what will happen? It will naturally disintegrate. Number 2 is what? The goal of goal is to grow. The goal of goals is to grow. If you are not growing and you're achieving goals, you are not sustainable. You will soon crash. Do you get? Number 3 things you must know is what I call the law of time perspective. Please, can you be writing those things? Number 1, the law of entropy. Everything tends towards disorder. You must be intentional about designing the life you want. All right? Intentional about designing the life you want. Number 2 is that the goal of goals is to grow. That means your goal should not be to just achieve goal, to write book, to learn a skill, to do this one. No, the most important thing is for you to grow as you are going towards that goal. All right? The number 3 thing is what? The law of time perspective. And this law of time perspective, a professor in Harvard, okay, studied successful people in the 1950s, okay, great people, successful people. He studied them, and he discovered the law of time perspective. And what does the law of time perspective says? The law says that the most successful people in any society are those who take the longest time period into consideration when making their day-to-day decision. The law of time perspective states that the most successful people in any society are those who take the longest time perspective or the longest time period into consideration when making their day-to-day decisions. Do you get the process now? That means for you to set your goals, it's not about setting goals for 2024. You must look ahead. What can you see in the next 5 years? What can you see in the next 10 years? That will now determine what you do today, the goals you set for next year, the goals you set for today. Do you get the point now? The law of time perspective. That means you must look ahead. What do you want to do in the next 5 years? What do you want to become? Where do you want to go? Okay, so taking that into consideration will now determine how you set your goal for next year. I'm not imagine normally like a session like this, I can just say set smart goals, be specific, be measurable, be let your goal be achievable, relevant. Those ones are easy to do. But I'm telling you one basic thing that will help you for the rest of your life. All right. The law of time perspective. Every successful people, okay, they take a look at a long time period when setting their goals. Then based on what they see ahead, it will not determine what they do today or the next year. You get the point now. So that's the law of time perspective. All right. The number 4 things you must know is that your goals must cover the different areas of your life. That is very important. I know that most people, when setting goals, they set goals for only their maybe finances. That I want to make, I want to start making 200,000 naira monthly next year. I want to start making 1 million. I want to save 5 million naira next year. That's financial goals. All right. Some people set goals only in the area of probably the academics. I want to have the social score next year. All right, in my department or in my school. I want to make the social grade. All right. So most people set goals for only few areas of their life, but your life is like a wheel. Okay, like a wheel. And I know a lot of you know wheel. All right. So a wheel with different parts. A wheel circle, like you just create a circle in your mind with different parts. So for that wheel to keep moving, all those parts must be equal, must be balanced. So those different parts of they call in life coaching, they call it the wheel of life. That means the different compartments of your life, because your life is not just one. Your life is divided into different areas. You have your spiritual life, okay? You have your physical and health life, okay? You have your academics. You have your business, your career. You have your relationships. You have your personal growth. Those are different areas of your life. So some people only focus on 2 areas. So imagine a wheel now, and only like only 2 parts are uneven. The rest are okay, are rounded, but 2 parts are shaking. You know, the wheel will not move smooth. Okay, to be shaking. Or let me use this example illustration. Imagine a car with 4 tires. All right, that 4 tires, each tire represents different areas of your life. So imagine you only set goals for your finances and maybe your academics. That means only 2 tires are working. The rest is not working. With the car move, it can't move. So our life, everybody wants progress. Everybody like to advance in life. But most time, you can't really advance if you're not setting goals for the different areas of your life. Because for you to really call yourself great, your goals must cover the different areas of your life. For you to be great, imagine now, I've known some people will spend time making money and lose their health. Then the money they've made, do not use that money to start taking care of their health. That is foolishness. So in setting goals, your goals must cover the different areas of your life. Don't just set goals for your finances and leave out your health. Don't set goals for your health and leave out your spiritual life. Don't set goals for your spiritual life and leave out your physical health or leave out your relationship. Okay? So when setting goals for 2024, when creating the vision for your life, it must cover the different areas of your life. Okay? And I've told you, there are different compartments. Okay? I've mentioned them to you and I'll mention them later again. So that's the number 4 things you must understand. The number 5 things you must understand is that it's very important. While setting goals, your goals must be created out of inspiration, not desperation. This is very important. You see some people now, people are setting goals. Let me set goals too. What will I do next year? Buy you. Okay, I will buy. I will score. Okay, you say you score. You want to write 2 books. I'll write 2 books too. You want to make. I'm very poor. I don't have any money. Let me set goals to make 50,000 naira per month. They are setting goals out of desperation. No, that's not to set goals. All right, and that's what many people do about resolution, New Year resolution. They say next year I'm tired of this. I want to stop this thing. No, you must set goals out of a state of inspiration. Your state of mind is important while setting goals. Don't forget, I'm teaching you this fundamental before I start telling you how to set goals, how to design your year. Okay, these are things you must know. Set goals out of inspiration, not desperation. For example, when I was setting my goals, okay, sometimes I pray, I talk to God, oh Lord, I will pray very well, okay. Talk to God, oh Lord, I want to say, God, just direct me. What are the visions? I've been asking God for the past weeks now that what is your direction for next year? I've been asking God. I'm looking for inspiration. Sometimes I read books. If I'm reading books like this, you see inspiration, I just be dropping into my mind. This month alone, I've read about 3 books this month. I completed my 3rd book for this month, Level Up. Okay, Level Up. I posted on my status this morning. Okay, as I was reading that book this morning, I was getting ideas. I was inspired. I started crafting my goals. All right. I remember when I started my life coaching business some months ago, which is part of my goals for this year. But when I was designing my goals for that life coaching business, I watched videos of people who are successful. So as I was watching those videos, I was getting inspired already. Like my body was burning. And some of you now, that's the goal of this session. Because as I'm speaking to you now, I want you to start getting inspired. All right. And something you must know is that once your soul is set on fire, you must take advantage of that fire to create your goals. If not, if you start setting goals out of depression or out of a desperation, you will set nonsense goals. You will set goals that doesn't align to who you truly are. You set goals that are not exciting, goals that are not motivating, that will not push you to achieve them. So before setting your goals for 2024 and beyond, you must what? Make sure you are in a state of inspiration. You may need to listen to a music. Okay, you might need to even take your bait, dress well, and sit down and get your diary. All right, get your diary. That's what I mean. I have my diary for this for my 2023 goals. Diary for 2023 goals. Diary for 2022 goals. I have diary for 2021 goals. I get a diary because a diary, having those diary in different compartments, is even inspiring already. Do you get my point now? So this diary, they're expensive, okay? But I was happy like that because why? It's even inspiring me already. If I see my New Year diary now for 2024, I'm going to get it by the end of this week, okay? But I'm already setting my goals already in this 2023 room. But I'm just telling you about how setting your goals in a state of inspiration, not depression, not what direction, desperation, all right? You can't really, because your state of your mind, okay, is what determines what you experience in your life. The state of your mind is what determines what you experience in your life. So if your state of your mind is chaotic or chaotic or scattered while you're setting goals, your goals will be meaningless. Your goals won't be exciting, all right? It won't push you to, it won't drive you to act towards them. You get that point, okay? So goals, you must create goals in a state of inspiration, not desperation. Very important, all right? And number 6 is that what? Your goals must align with your beliefs. Very important. See, let me tell you something. Please don't forget. Don't forget this, okay? If in your mind you are thinking that I can't be fit or I can't do this, regardless of the goals you set, the goals can't be achieved. You get what I'm saying? Okay, I want to make $1 million next year. Okay, let me say meaningful thing or achievable one. Okay, let me say I want to make $5,000 next year. Okay, now when I said it, okay, if my mind is telling me that, how can you make $5,000? How much do you make this year? Or what do you that you can't make it? Because if it's bringing different doubts to me, okay, my goals are not aligned with my beliefs already. Because at the end of the day, your beliefs determine your action, and your action determines your results. If you believe that no matter how you set goals next year, it can't be achieved. Maybe because you didn't achieve your goal this year, you say, even though I do goal setting session, I can't achieve any goals. Forget it. You're already losing already. That's not how to prepare for 2024. Your goals must be aligned with your beliefs. Okay? Your goals must be aligned with your beliefs. That means you must have a strong belief system because you must always understand that you can. That's why I even wrote this shirt. Can you see it? I can, I will, I must. That is the mindset you must have. That's the belief you must have. Because you have within you what it takes to become whatever you want to become. All right? Regardless of how big your goal is, you must come to the understanding that you have what it takes. You may not see it now, but that believing, okay, will drive that action, and that action will bet the result you want. Are you getting my point now? All right? So your belief must align with your goal. If you're saying you want to do something else, you're already doubting already. You're already failing already. That's why you must build your belief system. And how can you build your belief system? By first understanding the beliefs you have about yourself. For example, if you want to improve your communication, all right, because that was one of the things I want to improve. I know I'm going to become a great communicator because my vision is to speak, to share my message with the world through different platforms, okay? So if you believe you need to be, and you think your background will stop you that, no, because I'm from this village, I can't speak well, I don't have the right diction. If you start letting those beliefs hold you down, no matter how you aspire and perspire, okay, you will never achieve it. You'll never become a great communicator. So it first starts with your beliefs, your mind. What do you think? What are you thinking? All right. So how can you change your beliefs? You must first be aware of those beliefs. Then take conscious steps to change those beliefs to conform with who you want to become. You get what I'm saying? It may be verbally. It may be taking small action. For example, you want to become a great public speaker, but you are shy. Don't say that I'm a shy person. I can't become a great public. No. So one thing you can do is that start by reframing the way you speak about yourself. Also, you can set small goals that, okay, maybe you are doing a meeting. You can say, okay, you can raise up your hand and talk in the meeting. That's small thing. Okay, small action. But that small action is helping you reframe your belief to tell you that you are someone that can speak up. You are someone that can talk in public. And the way you are taking small action, you'll be able to take bigger action. And you're taking that bigger action. That bigger action will be what? Going back again to making you concretize your beliefs. So the beliefs about yourself is very important, all right? Because your goals must, if you want to achieve great goals, but you believe you can't, it's almost certain you won't. So that's very important. So change your beliefs. Let your beliefs align with the goals or the life you want to create. All right, that's very important. So, in preparing for 2024, okay, and beyond, okay, first thing you must know that now is the best time to start. Do you get what I'm saying? Now is the best time to start. Some people are waiting for 2024 to start creating their goals and setting their goals. No, that's not what it should be. Now is the time to start preparing for 2024. And I use this illustration every time. You don't prepare in battle, you prepare for battle. Imagine you are going for war. And then it's when you get to the war, you're not looking for your sword, looking for your shield, looking for your helmet. What will happen? You will end up dead. Okay? You will end up dead. They will cut your head. They will destroy you. So when you're going for a war, what must you do? Okay? You must get your helmet ready. You must get your mindset even ready. You must get your tools ready. You must get your strategies ready. Everything must be ready to prepare you for that war. And that's what you must do about 2024. Now is the time to start preparing for 2024. For me personally, I've been preparing for my 2024 since about a month ago. Okay, or 2. I've been writing different things. Okay, 2024 based on this. What will I do? How will it go? Okay, and now I am taking small steps towards that already. 2024 has not come, but I'm already taking steps towards that already. So it's important to have a great 2024. To design a great 2024, you must start by preparing this year. Right? Start by preparing this year. So what must you do? First, don't forget the topic of tonight's session is what? Goal setting and planning. Okay, goal setting and planning, designing 2024 and beyond. So the first thing you must do is that what can you envision? What can you see ahead? In the next 5 years, where do you see yourself being? Where do you see yourself going? That's very important. Because where you see yourself in the next 5 years will determine what you do next year. Remember, I told you before that your goals are not independent. Your 24 goals must be dependent on the vision for your life. All right. So ask yourself, what can you see yourself in 5 years? They call something the 5-3-1 strategy. 5-3-1 strategy. That means have a 5-year goals, then break that 5-year goals into 3-year goals, then break that 3-year goals into what you do next year. Are you getting my point now? So don't just set 2024 goals on its own. Your 2024 goals must be dependent on something you can see ahead, on something you can see in the next 5 years. So what can you see ahead? Ask yourself that question. All right, what can you see ahead? Do you see yourself maybe writing 5 books? Do you see yourself maybe going for masters in outside Nigeria or maybe the United States or something? What can you see in the next 5 years? Remember, I told you about the law of time perspective. In designing your 2024 and beyond, you have to be able to catch a vision of the kind of life you want to create. So what kind of life do you want to create? Who do you want to become? Where do you want to be in the next 5 years? Please write it down. That's the first thing you must start doing. Okay? What is that thing? Where are you going? Where can you see yourself ahead? Okay? Where can you see yourself in the next 5 years? In your spiritual life, in your financial life, in your relationship life, okay, in your career, in your business. Where do you see yourself in those different areas of your life? What vision can you see ahead? All right, what can you see ahead? You have to have a vision, don't forget, for the different areas of your life. So you have to look beyond, because what you see in the next 5 years will now determine what you do next year. Please, I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. Please, what I'm saying, it's very important. All right. And again, I told you before, it's easy to set 24 goals, but no, it's so easy. The most important thing is what can you see ahead? It's aligning what you do in 2024 with what is ahead, because that will now create a logical step towards your future. Okay, so some of you'll be done with school then. You know that you want to get married in your relationship life. You want to have gotten married and give birth to children in maybe in the next 5 years. All right. So what can you see in the next 5 years in the different areas of your life? You may not be clear about it, but you must be able to write something about it. You must catch a glimpse of it in those different areas of your life. It's very important. All right. So based on your 5 year goals, okay, based on what you can see in the next 5 years, all right, you can now break it down into what can you see in the next 3 years. 3 years, what can you see in the next 3 years? Okay, for example, in the next 5 years, you want to have written 10 books, okay, or let me say 5 books or 6 books. But in the next 3 years, I want to have written about maybe 3 books. Then based on that, you can now say, okay, in 2024, I want to write my first book. That's a meaningful goal because that goal is aligned. It's called relevant goal. You want to set up. I was doing a coaching session this afternoon with a lady, okay, and she said her goal is to build a beauty what do you call it? Beauty place, okay, bridal place, something like that, bridal place, right? So she want to like if you want to organize your wedding, event planning, your photograph for your wedding, making your wedding glorious. She like making people happy. That's her purpose. She like beautifying people's life. So in next 5 years, she want to have a beauty parlor, something like that, where if you want to get married, she will take care of your event planning, your photography, your videography, your clothes, your wears, everything. That's our goal in the next 5 years. But guess what? Our goal for next year is to go to a beauty school, okay, where they do those things to learn. That's our goal for next year. See that? That's a meaningful goal. Do you get the point of what I'm saying? She saw something ahead. But now, when she's setting a new year goal at 2024 goals, she was setting goals that will help her, that will take her towards that future she have envisioned. Do you get what I'm saying? So don't just set goals. Don't just set goals anyhow. Okay, your goals must be aligned to the vision you have for your life. Are you getting my point? Okay, so the first thing you must do is what? What can you see in the next 5 years, in the next 3 years? Now break it down to what you will do next year. I don't know if I get my point. If I get my point, say I am getting your point, please. Just let me know you are getting my point. All right. So set a 5 year goals. What can you see in the next 5 years? What can you see in the next 2 years? What do you want to become in your relationship? Where do you want to be in your financial life? Do you want to start making? Do you want to have learned a particular skills? Okay. Or for example, I remember one of my goals this in 2020 when I was doing NYC. One of my goals is by this year I want to become a certified life coach. Okay. I want to start my coaching business. I didn't start in 2020. I didn't start in 2021. But guess what? In 2022, what I did, I paid for a course. I started learning life coaching because it's aligned to my goal. And in 2023, I started life coaching business. And guess what I want to do in 2024? In 2024, my goal is to expand that life coaching business, to add social number of clients, create social products, build my website, start earning a particular level of income in that area of my life coaching business. But is it 2024 I started it? No. I already envisioned it 4 years ago or 3 years ago. So all my goal is just aligned to it. I don't know if you get my point. Are you getting my point, please? Are you getting my point? All right. So as I was saying earlier, so have a 5 year goals, have a 3 year goal, and then based on your 5 year goals, 3 year goals, you can now set this year 2024 goals. Okay, 2024 goals. Now in setting 2024 goals, they call something people set goals anyhow. Okay. All right. People said, I want to become better. I want to learn this. That's not enough. Your goals must follow the SMART approach. Okay. Your goals must follow the SMART approach. Don't forget the pattern. Number one, you must have a 5 year goals. Okay. What the kind of life you want to live. Okay. 3 year goals, 5-3-1, then 1 year goal. Now, in setting your 1 year goal, you must follow the SMART approach. Thank you, Bemisola. Blessing. Great. You are following. Great. All right. So you must follow the SMART approach. And the first thing is that your goals for 2024 must be specific. I know most of you know that goals already, but I'll give example, right, to better understand. Your goals for 2024 must be specific. That means what? You must have a defined goal, a clear picture. Why is this important? If you are not clear about your goal, you will not be motivated towards it. Like me, one of my goals this year is to launch a book, to write and self-publish a book. It's a clear goal. And I wrote the month by September or by October, yes. That's my goal, all right? To self-publish my first book. It's a specific goal. Not I want to write a book. No, I even know the topic of the book I want to write. You get what I'm saying? Specific goal. You want to make so amount. Don't say I want to make more money. That's not a goal. I want to make maybe 150,000 or maybe say 200,000 or 500,000 naira in 2024. That's a specific goal. Are you getting my point? And I'll tell you why it must be specific. Because after setting specific goals, that means know exactly. Don't say you want to get, don't say, okay, let me use another example. Don't say you want to be more fit. That's not a goal. You may say you want to lose so amount of kg or weight. Do you get what I'm saying? You must be specific in your goal. You want to read books. Don't say, I want to read more books. No. For me now, this year, my goal was to read 50 books. I read more than that, actually. But my goal for this year, and it has been my goal for the past 2 years, is to read 50 books. Why am I reading 50 books? Because based on what I see in the next 5 years, I want to have a knowledge of the different areas of life, like productivity, time management, vision, goal setting, business, entrepreneurship. I want to have understanding of those things. And that means I must be an avid reader. Do you get what I'm saying? So every year I read 50 books. It's based on my future goals, where I am going. So I just say I don't want to read more books. No, I want to read 50 books. Yours may be 10, yours may be 15, yours may be 12. That doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you must have specific goals. All right. That's number one. Number two is that your goals must be measurable. That's why they must be specific. Because if they are not specific, you can't measure it. Your goals must be measurable. Because you can never manage what you can't measure. And whatever you can manage, you can multiply. Let me say that again. Your goals must be measurable. That means you must be able to what? You must be able to track your goal. Because if you can't measure your goal, you won't be able to manage the goals. And if you can't manage it, you won't be able to multiply it. It's very important. Don't forget, the goal is about multiplying, increasing. But before you can increase, you must first measure what is happening in your life. For now, you want to make 1 million naira, but you don't even know, you can't even measure what you are making monthly. You want to make maybe 10 million naira in a year. You can't even measure what you are making monthly. How will you achieve that goal? No, you can't achieve it. So your goal must be measurable. So for the example of 50 books per year now, okay, read 50 books. How will I read the 50 books? What did I say? I must at least read at least 4 or 5 books per month. That's measurable. Every month, I must read at least 4 or 5 books every month. That's measurable. Because if you don't measure your goals, you will not know when you achieve it. You can't put milestones in place to say, okay, I read this one today. Okay, next week I've read this one. So you must be specific. Number two, your goals must be measurable. Very important. Number three is what? In the SMART approach is achievable. All right. Your goals must be realistic. All right. You can't say that you want to make 10 million naira next year when you have not even become someone that can make 1 million naira. Your goal must be realistic. You can't say you want to make 1 billion next year. Like you have not made 500,000 naira. You're saying you want to make 1 billion naira. You know that is not. It won't. Your brain. Okay, your brain can't really concretize it. Your brain, you will say it, but your belief won't align with that goals. And what will happen? You won't be able to achieve it. So your goals must be achievable. It must not stress you too much, but it must not be too low. It must just be balanced. It must push you to become better. It must advance you, but it will not be too far, okay, that it will make you lose motivation. For example, I have different activities for next year. So me setting a goal to read 100 books now is something that is possible, all right? But based on my activities and agenda for next year, I won't be able to do that. So I don't need to set that type of goals. So some of you now, you say, I remember one time, this is very serious. In 2023, in 2021, okay, 2020, when I was still struggling with my finances, okay, I remember one time I dreamt that I just dreamt and I saw 50 million naira in my dream. I can never forget. You know, there's a way you don't have money and you're so broke that you'll be thinking things. You just imagine that you might as well just give me 10 million naira. Or imagine I just have 100 million naira. You don't be imagining things. All right. There's a state that you're so broke and you be imagining things. So another time I just dreamed that I got 50 million naira. I woke up immediately. I wrote it, 50 million naira. Don't forget, that time I was still in debt. I get my point. I was still owing debt that time when I was saying 50 million naira. Because the goal is not achievable at all. Because I have not built the skill. I have not become the person that is able to achieve that type of goal. Now, 50 million naira, I can make it in the next 2 years, 3 years, 4 years probably. But at that time, okay, that goal is not achievable. So if I'm aspiring for that goal, I'll be dejected. I'll not be motivated. I'll be sad. Because why? That goal is far beyond reach. Okay, so while setting goals, make sure your goals is achievable. Look at your other goals in alignment with that goals. Is this something you can achieve? Some of you, when you set that goals that will stress you, that will make your life disorder, those goals, you know, set goal that is not achievable the way you set it. So when you're setting goals, look at different areas of your life and make sure your goals, they are aligned, they are achievable. You get my point? That's achievable. And about Aru, this girl, Blessing already said something about it. All right. Aru means what? Relevant. Relevant. Your goals must be relevant. That means it must be relevant to your life. That means don't set your goal is to become a great singer. And you are setting goals as regards maybe going into drama industry or something. All right. So your goals must be relevant to your life. It must be in line with your vision. It must be in line with your purpose. You don't just set goals. The progression is have a purpose for your life, capture a vision in line with that purpose, and then set goals in line with that vision. That's the progression. So your goals must be relevant to your life. It's very important. Your goals must be relevant to your life. Must be relevant to your life. Don't just set goals that is not in alignment with your life. No, your goals must. Imagine I'm setting goals to win to start. My goal is to become a great public speaker, to travel around the world speaking, inspiring lives. I imagine I'm setting goals to win Olympics. You know, they're not aligned, they're not relevant to my life. And most time that comes from comparing yourself with others, okay, being distracted, setting goals out of desperation. Do you get the point what I said before? Do you get the point? Okay. So your goals must be relevant to your life. All right. That was say you must have a vision for your life and set goals in line with it. And finally, your goals must be time bound. You must have a deadline. A goal without a deadline is just a wish. Okay. So have a deadline. Okay, I want to write, like my goal to write a book. I want to write and publish my book titled The Action Code by October. Okay, 2023. That's a goal. That's a smart goal. Okay. You get that point? That's a smart goal. I want to read 50 books by December 31st. That's a smart goal because it's specific. It's measurable because I can measure it by reading 5 books every month or 4 books every month. And again, it is achievable. All right. And also it is relevant to my life. And also it has a time frame, December 31st. Are you getting my point now? So now after you understand based on what I've said so far, so you know what your vision for your life is 5 years, what you want to do in the next 5 years, what you want to do in the next 3 years, what you want to do in the next 1 year. Now you set goals for your 1 year goals. Now, when setting goals, you must understand this, okay? There's something we call goals versus system. This is very important. Goals versus system. If you understand this, it's enough. Do you get what I'm saying? If you understand it, it's enough. Goals versus system. Goals are about the results you want to achieve. System are about the process that will lead to that goals, to that results. Let me say that again. Goals are about the results you want to achieve in your life. But systems are the process you must take that will lead to that goals. Now get this. Once you know your goal and create the system, even though you throw away that goal, once you focus on that system, you achieve that goal. That's why the most important thing is that it's not about setting the goals itself. It's about creating a system that will help you achieve that goal. So once you focus on that system, that goals will be achieved. And that's what I want to learn the most because that's really how to design. You must design your 2024. And how can you design your 2024? You must design systems that will help you achieve that goal. Let me start again. So your goal now is to what? You will focus on the system. Once you focus on the system, for you to achieve that goal, your goal will achieve itself. It's very easy. Your goal will be achieved easily. So, for example, I want to become fit. I want to become healthy. Okay, I want to grow packs. I want to become healthy. You know, I'm a life coach. Like I told you before, you must grow in different areas of your life. I want to have 6 packs. Yes, I love it. All right, I want to have the 6 packs. Also, I want to grow in my spiritual life. I want to be spiritually vibrant. All right, different areas of my life. You get the point now. So, it's not enough to just say that goes that I want to grow physical fitness. I want to become more physically fit. No. It's a good goal, okay? But the system to achieve it is that, number 1, I must do 100 push-ups every day. That's a system. Next year, one of my goals next year in the area of the fitness is that I'm going to register in a gym by January, okay? So I'll be going to the gym maybe 3 times in a week or something, okay? So that's another system. Go to the gym 3 times in a week to exercise for 30 minutes or 1 hour. That's a system. So once you are just doing that, if you are following your system, that means the processes for achieving that goal, then your goal will be achieved. For example, your goal is to save 1 million naira in a year. Now, great, save 1 million naira in a year, but what is the system? What system you create to achieve that goal? That's what you focus on. Most people set goals, but they don't create system. That's why they don't achieve goals. For example, when I was writing my book, okay, when I was writing my book, my fourth book, okay, I said my goal is to write the book and publish it by October. All right, very important. What are the system I create? Okay, one of the system I create is that number one, I make sure I dedicate at least 2 hours every day to writing something about that book. Sometimes it can be more, all right, but sometimes, most time, I dedicate 2 hours to writing something in line with that book. Even though it's one chapter, even though it's two chapters, even though it's 2 pages or 1 page, even though it's 1,000 words, even though it's 2,000 words, I make sure every day I'm consistent in writing something in line with that my goal of writing 40,000 words. So let me tell you the example for that my book. My goal was to write 40,000 words book, okay, a 40,000 word book on the action code, okay. So I broke down. How can I achieve this? Okay, I said, okay, I must write 2,000. Is it 1,500 words per day? How long will it take me to write 1,500 words per day? About 2 hours. When will I write it? First thing in the morning. I'm more motivated to write then. So guess what? My goal is just to focus on writing 1,500 words per day. And in that month, the time frame I gave for writing that books, I will achieve that goal once I am dedicated to that system I've created, writing 1,500 words per day. That's the same for different areas of your life. You want to say 1 million naira per month, you want to say 1 million naira at the end of the year, great. But now, what system will you create to achieve that? Okay, maybe I have to start saving 100,000 naira monthly. That's a goal. There are even apps that can help you that can help you automate that, like Piggyvest and all those ones. You get? So the goal is not the goal itself. The goal is the processes that will help you achieve that goal. That's the most important thing. So now your 1 year goals. I'll talk about that goals and system soon, more about it soon. Okay. So your 1 year goals, okay, your 1 year goals should not be more than 10 goals. Okay. When you set too much goals, you get demotivated somehow, you get distracted somehow. So people have 20 goals, 15 goals. Something about goal setting is that once you set your 10 main goals, major goals, okay, those 10 major goals can bet more goals that you be achieved. But don't set too many goals. Set 10 goals, 8 to 10 goals that covers the different areas of your life, that covers your health. Some of you now, you want to gain admission next year. That's a goal. So gain admission, go to maybe University of Ibadan to study social course by maybe January or by September. So for that goal now, the process involved in achieving that goal can be that, okay, get my past questions, get JAM series, because some of us are students here. Number 2 can be to what? Register for JAM. Okay, those are steps towards achieving that goal. Number 3 can be to create a reading timetable. So some of the systems you can create to achieving that goals may be, okay, every day I must read 2 hours in physics, 2 hours in chemistry, 2 hours in mathematics, 2 hours in biology, something like that. Those are systems. Once you focus on that system, you will achieve your goal. You will score the right score you want to score in JAM. You will gain the admission. You score the right score in post-UTME, and you get the admission to the school you want to go to. So set 10 major goals for next year, 8 to 10 goals, okay? 10 goals you want to achieve next year. In the area of your academics, your spiritual life, maybe you want to read Matthew to Revelation. Maybe you want to read 12 books next year. Maybe you want to learn a skill next year. That's your personal development goals. Maybe you want to, what goal can you set again? Maybe you want to connect with 5 people online next year. All right. Those are different goals. All right. So set that 1 year goals, 10 goals. Don't forget, those goals must be aligned to your future aspiration, to your vision for your life. So based on that 10-year goals, this is what you will now do again. Don't forget, those 10 goals must have a specific date, like December, January, March, April. So you must have a time that you achieve those goals. Now, the next thing you must do is that you must pick your 3 most important goals. That 3 most important goals is that if you achieve these 3 goals, in fact, your 2024 is a great year. Those 3 goals you must pick must be aligned with don't forget, your vision for your life. So what are the 3 most important goals you must achieve next year? Don't forget, have 10 goals, okay? 10 goals that cover different areas of your life. Based on that 10 goals, what are the 3 most important goals you must achieve next year? 3 most important goals you must achieve next year. Just can be, like I said, to gain admission to study in social university. Just can be to write and publish a book, right? Just can be to start social business. So write your 3 most important goals. After writing your 10-year goals, your 1 year goals, at least 8 to 10 goals that covers the different areas of your life, that is specific, measurable, okay, achievable, relevant, all right, and time bound. Next thing you must do is that pick that your 3 most important goals. That when you focus on that 3 most important goals, it can even help achieve most of the other goals. Let me know if you're following me in the comment section. I want to be sure you are following me. Let me hear what's okay. So Miracle is saying that goals are about the results you want to achieve in life. The system is what will help you achieve your goal. So your goal is to focus on your system. Very important. You get that right. You get that right. So are you getting what I'm saying? So envision your 5-year goals, 3-year goals. Now set your 1-year goals. Your 1-year goals must cover the different areas of your life. All right. Now, based on that 1-year goals, now pick out your 3 most important goals. That if you achieve that 3 most important goals, then that year 2024 is a great year for you. Never forget that. Now, based on everything I've said so far, the most important things for each of those goals you write, you must create 5 things you must do for each of those goals. What are the 5 things you must do that will make you achieve it? 5 things you must do to make you achieve it. For example, you want to, let me say, for example, which example can I use? Okay, let me use the area of books. You want to read 50 books per year. Okay, so how can you achieve it? Number 1, you have to read 5 books per month. All right. Now, which type of books would you like to read? Okay, it may be spiritual books in the area of spiritual life. Okay, growth. Books in the area of productivity. Books in the area of finances. Books in the area of different type of books. Okay, you must not take for that goal of each year. For that goal of 1-year goals. Okay, you must take 5 steps that will take you towards the achievement of that goals. 5 steps. So for 50 books per year now, number 1 is that you must read 5 books monthly. You get that? Number 2 may be that you must read at least 1 book every week. 1 book every week. Number 3 may be that you must, read at least 1 chapter or let me say 2 pages of a book every day. So do you get the progression now? No matter what you set for a 1-year goal, you must break it down to what you do every month, every week, and daily. And that's the progression. Let me know if you get the plan I just said now. Have your 1-year goals. Based on that 1-year goals, break that 1-year goals into what you do monthly. So, for example, I have a 1-year goal now in my diary. I write my 1-year goal in my diary, my yearly goals in my diary. Okay, so my 1-year goal is here. But in this diary too, I have goals for January. Okay, based on my 1-year goals. I have goals for February, based on my 1-year goal. I have goals for March, based on my 1-year goals from April, May, June, July. So I break down my 1-year goals into things I'll do every month. So, for example, I must read about 5 books every month. So, for my January now, I read 5 books in the month of January. So, sometimes I write the name of the book I'll read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I write it under the goal for January. All right. So, beyond that again, for that 1 month goal to read 5 books, I now break it down again into weekly goal. I write my weekly goal in this higher education. Okay. So, in a week now, I must read at least 1 book. So, I have 1-year goals, monthly goals, then weekly goals based on my 1-year goals. So for that weekly goals, I also break it down again to what I will do daily. That means every day I must spend 2 hours reading a page or 2 pages of a book. So if I can focus on reading 2 pages of a book every day, at the end of 1 week, I would have read 1 book. At the end of 1 month, I would have read 4 books to 5 books. At the end of 1 year, I would have read 50 books. That's the idea. I don't know if you get the process. If you get the process, please just let me know. Say, I get the process. Just put in the comment section, I get the process. All right. The goal is to have that big vision for your life. Break it down into 1-year goals. Then break that 1-year goals into what you do monthly, then weekly, then daily. So your goal is to focus on what you do daily. When you are focusing on what you do daily, you are building habits that will help you achieve that 1-year goals. Please, what I'm saying is very important. You can apply to different areas of your life, your academics, your health. For example, what I do daily now, one of my goals for this year was to design and post over 200 quotes. Okay, and I did that already. But how did I do that? I made sure that every month I must post at least 30. I must design at least 30 quotes. Don't forget, creating quotes is in alignment with my future vision because I want to create a motivational platform that inspires people. All right. So I need to write quotes. I need to create content every day. All right. So how to do that, achieve that long-term goal is to create and design over 200 to 300 quotes in this year. But to do that, I must create over 30 quotes monthly. To create 30 quotes monthly, I must create at least 7 quotes every week. In fact, my goals every week is that create 7 quotes. Then based on that 7 quotes weekly, I must design and post at least 1 quote every week. So my goal now is that every day I must design and post 1 quote. Once I can design and post 1 quote, my goals for 1 year will be achieved. So don't focus on the goals itself. Focus on the system you will create to achieve that goal. That's the most important thing. I don't know if you're following me. Great. Bemisola says she's getting the process. You're getting the value. That's the goal itself. That's the process itself. All right. Making sure that your future goals align with your 1 year goals. Your 1 year goals is breaking down into monthly goals. And your monthly goals is breaking down into what you do weekly. And then most importantly, daily. Don't forget, the secret to your future is aiding in what you do daily. So what can you do daily? You want to start up a business, that's a great goal, but that's not specific enough. Which business do you want to start? For example, which example can I use? You want to create for example, I want to create a life coaching business, for example, that will teach people what problem am I solving. Okay, those are part of the planning for my goal. Don't forget, once you set your goal, you must create steps towards the achievement of that goal. And based on your steps, you cannot create actions you must take daily. So some of the things I do daily in the area of that, my goal of creating life coaching business, that I watch videos about life coaching business, how to set up a life coaching business, the process of life coaching, the various skills involved, how to set up your platform, how to know your ID clients, how to know their pain points, how to create content. I'm learning all those things. All right. Every day I create time, at least 2 hours or 1 hour. I dedicate towards learning about life coaching business, how it goes, the process, how to talk to people, the act of listening. Those things are in alignment with what my goal of building a business, a life coaching business. And do you get my goal? So the goal is that have a big 1 year goal, but break it down into something you do daily in the process of achieving it. So one of my goals again in the area of that life coaching business is to what? Launch my life coaching business company, create the design, create the logo, create everything. Now create products. Those are steps to really start that business. Launch the business, create the logo, create everything, the brand, the business. Number 2, create products and services. Create packages. All right, those are different steps towards that goal. All right. So every day I make sure I dedicate about 1 hour, 1 hour or 2 hours in line with that big goal. So whatever I see in 1 year, break it down to what you do monthly and weekly and then daily. And what will happen at the end of that year, you have achieved your 1 year goals. Okay. And one thing will help you, and I will subscribe this one to you. Okay. One thing that you can do is that what everybody, I know some of you know what they call ChatGPT. ChatGPT. All right. So you can, there's some goals you have, okay, that I don't know how you can really create a system for achieving it. For example, you want to learn digital marketing, all right? You can go use ChatGPT and go to ChatGPT that say, ChatGPT, give me a step-by-step process or give me a plan, okay, a 1 year plan that will take me from zero learner to maybe an expert in digital marketing in 1 year. So you can say, give me a specific plan, okay, or a concrete plan that will help me what? Go from zero level of in digital marketing to an expert level in 1 year or 2 years. So ChatGPT can create a system for you. You can now set it up by yourself or align very well to align with what you really want. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So you can use something like ChatGPT to really create such plans, all right? To create a structure for you to achieve that goal. It's very useful. I remember one day I was trying to learn how to do something. I've forgotten. Okay, this life coaching business. I remember telling ChatGPT that, okay, if I was to set up my life coaching business, what are the steps? Give me a 1 year plan or 1 year process or 1 year system that can help me set up my life coaching business. And it gave it to me that, okay, month 1, do this. Month 2, do this. Month 3, do this. Month 4, do this. It create a step, build website, get this, create this content. So you can make use of ChatGPT. I don't know how many of you do know ChatGPT. Let me know if you know ChatGPT here. Okay, it's an AI, okay, that's artificial intelligence that like answers questions and do all those things. Okay, let me know if you know ChatGPT. If you know ChatGPT, just let me know in the comment section. Let me know in the comment if you know ChatGPT. So you can use that one to even create a plan. You can give you a plan, okay, a 1 year plan. If you want to work on your weight, okay, or your fitness, okay, you can say, give me a 1 year plan or 1 year goal. Or 1 year system that can create to achieve social goal, and if you create it, so it will help you in planning and creating your new year, 2024. All right, let me know if anybody know about that. All right, so based on what I've said so far, all right, number 1 is that what you must design your year. All right, if you leave your year alone, okay, it will what? Nothing will be achieved. It will go towards disorder. So number 1, you must design. You must be intentional about designing your year. That's the first thing I said. designing your 2024, you must envision the kind of life you want to live, who you want to become, and then design your life in line with it. All right. And also mention that the goal is not about creating goals. The goal of goals is to grow. So once you are growing, you will achieve goals for sure. So don't just set goals like that. Your goal must be to grow. I said something again about long-term perspective, the law of time perspective. That means you must look ahead in creating your goals. Don't just set goals for 2024 alone. Look 5 years ahead, 3 years ahead. You now determine the type of goals you set in 2024. I also mentioned about your goals must cover the different areas of your life. Don't set goals for one area, okay, and leave the rest alone. Something will be affected. Remember, everything tends towards disorder. Everything tends towards disorder. So when you're setting goals, set goals for the different areas of your life. All right, set goals for the different areas of your life. I also mentioned that your goals, when you're creating your goals, before this year runs out, just fix a time, okay? That's what you do, fix a time, all right? Get your diary, get your notepad, okay? Fix a time, all right? And listen to music, pray, read books, do something, okay? Or sit down, just envision, just try to envision that your 5-year goals. How do you want to see your life in there? You must create that your goals out of inspiration, a state of inspiration, right? And based on that, start writing those goals that you want to achieve, all right, for 1 year. Write those goals. And once you are writing them, another thing you must do again, like I said before, you must have at least 5 steps. What are the 5 things you must do to achieve that goal? For example, if next year you want to reach 5,000 subscribers on YouTube, you want to start a YouTube channel and reach 5,000 subscribers, let me create content and reach 5,000 subscribers. Now, that's a goal, okay, by December 31st. That's a goal. Now, the steps can be, okay, create and set up a YouTube channel. That's a step towards it. Number 2 can be like source different content in line with the content I want to create on my YouTube channel. That means source different content, maybe different topics for different months. Number 3 can be, okay, maybe set up or learn how to set up. You may need to learn some skills to be able to do that. You can be, okay, learn how to do YouTube marketing or how to do search engine automatization on YouTube. So set 5 goals, 5 steps that you must take in order to achieve that goals. That's what you must do for each of your goals. Okay, you want to set up a business. What are the 5 things you must do to achieve that one goal? That your goal. Okay, you want to become more fit or you want to lose social weight. What are the 5 things you must do that will help you achieve that goal? So for each of the goals you set, this you must do. Okay, 5 things you must do, 5 steps you must take to achieve that goal. And guess what? The first steps. Start taking it this year. Before the year runs out, do something about that first step. That's how to prepare. Don't wait for 2024 to start preparing for it. Start now. Prepare now. Do that one thing. Some of you can involve even, you want to set up a website or start writing blog posts. Okay. Your first step can involve get a website. You can get that one this year. For example, your goal may be to be more physically fit, okay, or to enroll in a gym, to become more physically fit next year. Your first step towards that one may be to enroll in a gym or to even source for gym or fitness area in your area. All right, that's a step towards those goals. So for each of your goals, don't forget, set 10 goals in line with your future goals. But for each of those 10 goals, make sure you have 5 steps you must take to achieve that goal. What are the 5 things you must do? And for each of those 5 things, make sure you say, okay, what must I do now in line with it? Some of you now, your goal may be to read 50 books next year or maybe 12 books next year. Great. Now, what are the steps you must take? It may be, okay, this January, I must read social book. You must set that book already. What are the steps you must take? You must pick that book. This is the book I'll read. Or some of you might say, I won't buy those 10 books I'll read this year. I'll buy it. Those are steps you must take. I don't even get my points. All right. So set your 1 year goals. For that 1 year goals, make sure it's 8 to 10. Don't set too many goals. And for each of those goals, make sure they are smart. Then make sure you have 5 steps. What are the 5 steps you must take to achieve each of those goals? And don't forget, you must break it down into systems. What you will do daily. Because once you focus on the system, what you are doing daily, okay, that 1 year goals will be achieved. The most important is what you do daily. Like me, I've told you before, I'll say it again. Some things I do every day is that, number 1, I must do 100 push-ups every day. I must exercise for at least 10 minutes every day because my health is important to me. And that is that I must read at least 2 pages, 3 pages, or 5 pages of a book every day. Again, every day, I must design a quote. I must just design quotes every day because it's related to my long-term goals. Okay. Another thing I must do every day is that I must work on my life coaching business every day. So either I am creating product I want to sell, or writing a book, or creating a planner, or learning more about the business. Every day I am doing something about that business. Okay, because it's related to my life, my future, my future goals, the vision for my life. Another thing I do every day is what do I do every day again? Okay, I do something every day. So there are different things I do every day. But the main point of what I'm saying is that no matter what you see ahead, you must create system that will make sure you are doing something about them every day. Because at the end of the day, your life is a combination of what you do daily. It was my model that said that the secret to your future is hidden in what you do daily. So the secret to your 2024 is hidden in what you do daily. All right. So I guess you have gained something from this session. All right. I'm sure you have gained something from this session. All right. So beyond setting goals, you must turn your goals into systems. Okay. Things you must do every day in line with those goals. It may be reading a chapter per day. It may be watching a YouTube video for 1 hour every day. It may be for a skill now, even to learn digital marketing or maybe the web design. Your process can be to look for a course on Udemy and register for it. That can be a goal. It may be to set 2 hours every day to learn about web design. It may be to your steps to achieve that goal of becoming a web design expert. It can be to join a community online. Those are steps in line with that goal. So don't just set goals and focus on the goals. No, set those goals, create steps towards achieving it, and create system to achieve those things. That's how it works. Now, once you focus on your systems, your goals will be achieved. Okay, for example, you want to make, I remember, let me tell you, I started making money. I started making money fully in 2021. All right. I remember that time, it started with my first 50,000 naira job, then increased to like 80,000, then 150, 200, 250, and it started increasing. Okay. But I remember that time, my goal that year was to make to start earning at least 20,000 naira monthly. That was in 2021. That was my goal in 2021, to at least earn 20,000 naira monthly. But how will I earn it? Okay, I've already learned digital marketing. What must I do? Guess what? Some of the things I wrote. I said, how can I start earning 20,000 monthly? Because I have learned digital marketing now. How can I start? And I'm practicing it already. I'm using it to build something. So how can I start making money from this thing? I remember that time I said, okay, I must do internship in an organization. I remember that time I went to Google to search for interns, like digital interns in Lagos State or in my area here. My first internship, that's when they were paying me 20K. All right, I was working in one digital agency online. They were paying me 20K. Okay, but guess what? The first thing I did, I learned the skill. Then I started saying, okay, what's the process of how can I achieve this amount I want to learn? Okay, I checked online. They say, okay, you can go as an intern. Number 2, you can build your own platform as a digital agency, and that's what I started doing. So I list the steps, I took action towards it, and the process. Now I'm many more. So I learned the skill. I have a target. I wrote the steps towards achieving it. Go for it. Learn the skill, digital marketing. Go for intern in an organization. Okay, and that to create my own platform and be applying what I am learning. Okay. Also, what I did then was that I used to tell people about it. I'll tell people I'm into digital marketing. Those are steps to maybe 10 people, or inform 5 people, or share with someone. I told my sister. I told different people. So those are steps. Don't forget, my goal was to start earning 20,000 per month that time. All right. But see the steps I'm taking towards it. And later, the more I earn, I was able to increase. So don't just set goals. You must take steps towards it. So those steps are the things you do daily towards the achievement of that goal. I don't know if you have gained something from this session, okay? So another thing you must understand that you must make sure that you are accountable to someone. That's the importance of having a coach or being in a community. You must make sure you are accountable to someone. You must have an accountability partner that will work with you, because sometimes you can get tired. You can get weary. But when you have someone that's working with you, that's keeping you accountable, maybe that you report to every week or that you report to every month, it can set you on it, like it can keep you motivated, it can keep you going. Okay, you must be accountable to someone. Look for someone, maybe a friend that is trying to achieve that goal with you. All right, you must be accountable to someone to really achieve goals, because you may feel tired sometimes, you may lose motivation sometimes. But don't forget, that's why it's good also to have a strong reason. That's why I say your goals must be aligned with your future goals, the life you want to live. Also, don't forget, I've told you about 1 year goals, monthly goals. That means you must always do something we call monthly review. At the end of each month, check how your goal went, how your month went, what were you able to achieve, what didn't you achieve, how can you improve it again for the next month. Also, do something we call weekly review. Based on your goals for the week. Okay, every Sunday, I do my weekly review every Sunday. All right. On Sundays, every Sunday in the evening, I'll check my goals for that week. There's a box for everything. For example, design and post 7 quotes for that week. Okay, read a book. Okay, learn this skill. So for each of those weekly goals, I have a box. So at the end of the week, I'll be checking, okay, I did this. Oh, I didn't do this. Why didn't I do that? Okay, because I had extra okay. So what can I do? You get review that week. What worked? What didn't work? Okay, this I slept too much this week. Okay, that's why I didn't work. Maybe I have to wake up earlier now. Okay, I thought I could do 50 push-ups before, but now I have to maybe reduce to 10 push-ups and then advance. So review will make you what? Know how you are doing as regards your goal. Because if you're just trying to achieve your goal and you're not reviewing, you can't be able to, you'll not be able to really measure your progress. So review give you the opportunity to measure how you are going. Okay, review every what, measure how you are going. So have a weekly review, okay? Monthly review, weekly review. Weekly review is Sunday. So you check your goals for the week. Okay, are you able to achieve it as aligned to your monthly goals? Then you now set new goals for the week. Okay, and again, have a daily review. That means at the end of the day, I just check, okay, this is what I did today. So me, I have about 5 goals, 6 goals I set daily, right? I have 6 goals I set daily, like daily goals, to-do list. I don't set too many goals. Those 6 goals are aligned to my weekly goals. My weekly goals are aligned to my monthly goals. My monthly goals are aligned to my annual goals. And my annual goals are aligned to the kind of life I want to create, the vision I have for my life. So I don't know if you get my point. I don't know if you get everything I've discussed so far. All right, don't forget, regardless of to make the most of your 2024, to make the most of your life, the goal is not just to design 2024 or to have a great 24. The goal is to have a great life. And that's why you must start with having a vision for your life and then break it down into an annual goal, what you want to achieve for this year. So before the end of this year, okay, it may be today, maybe tomorrow, just sit down with your diary and write out, think, be inspired, do it from an inspired state, and let your allow your brain to your mind to think big. All right, and then think what will I what do I want to achieve next year? What are the 10 things I want to achieve in different areas of my life? Make sure it's smart. All right, and then what are the steps that I will take to achieve those things? Write the 5 steps that you take. Now, based on that 5 steps, what is that one thing that I can start doing this year? That can start this year, that will make me prepare. Because it's a way of preparing for your new year. Okay, that will make me prepare for that next year. That thing will make you motivated. It will inspire you to say, 2024 will be great. All right. So it's important to create the steps that will help you achieve that each of those goals. And the most important thing, create a system of things you do daily in line with our goals. And don't forget, I also mentioned that you need accountability partners, someone that you can be accountable to. You need to do weekly review, monthly review. Don't forget, you need to also reward yourself sometimes, all right? You need to reward yourself sometimes, all right? So I believe, I also mentioned about using ChatGPT. Sometimes you need a plan, a process, a system, a structure. You can use ChatGPT to create this structure and then maybe modify it to your own use, all right? So you can say, ChatGPT, I want to learn digital marketing this year. Give me a 1-year plan to go from 0 level to an expert level in digital marketing. Or I want to set up social business. Okay, give me a 1-year plan or a 1-month plan or a 3-month plan for me to achieve that goal. All right, it will give you, so you can now set it up and realign it or modify it to your own use. But most importantly, set your goals this year. All right, set your goals this year. That's the way to prepare. Okay, and once after setting your goals this year, start doing something about it today. I remember this quote by Tony Robbins. He said, "Never leave the scene of clarity without taking decisive action." Never leave the scene of clarity without taking decisive action. So you have gained clarity about how your 2024 will be now. You have a picture of how 2024 will be. All right. You have an idea based on your future, the type of life you want to create. So you have a picture of how your 2024 will be. Now, before you go to bed this night or this week, all right, make sure you take action towards it. All right. Write that goal. Take that step. Some of you have to start connecting with some people now. That's it. Some of you, based on your goal, you have to start connecting. Let me tell you something. I'm already connected with some people that I know I'm going to work with next year. I have started connecting with them this year. Some of them, I've not connected with them yet. Some of them, I'm preparing to connect with them. Some of them, I've connected with them already. All right? Like in different areas of my life, I am already preparing for next year already. There are small things I am doing. And that is making me excited about 2024 already. So when setting your goal, make sure you set exciting goals, but it must be smart. All right? After setting those goals, don't forget, break them into steps. 5 things you must do to achieve that goal. Then do something about the first step this year. That's the way to prepare for next year. All right. And I'm sure when you do that, okay, you'll make 2024 and beyond your best year and forever. Okay. The goal is not to create the best 2024. The goal is to create your best life. All right. So I want to tell if you have questions Okay, Sandra is saying review. It helps measure your progress. Yes, what worked? What did it work? Very important. So I want you to ask questions. If you have any questions, this is time to ask questions. I'll take questions, maybe 1 or 2 questions in the next 5 minutes, and I'll be done. So we did this for 1 hour, 30 minutes. Great. So I'll be going off in the next 6 minutes. So we have 6 minutes to ask questions about setting goals. Okay, I was general while describing things. So if you want to go specific into maybe a question you have, so just ask your question now. This is time for you to ask your question. This is time for you to ask a question. Do you have question? And if you have gained something, let me know you have gained something. Let me know you have gained something. Let me know you have gained something in the comment section. And if you have question, maybe as regards setting goals, maybe as regards staying motivated. Okay, because sometimes you may want to lose motivation, and that's why you must have a strong why. Okay, you must have a strong reason for going towards your goal. All right, you must know what you want to achieve. The what that is specific. You must know when you want to achieve it. You must know why you want to achieve it. Okay, why would you want to achieve it? Okay, and then you must know how you want to achieve it. That how talks about the steps you must take. Okay, don't just set goals. Your goals must be specific, must have specific steps. All right, I'm feeling fulfilled now because, in fact, this session is like our number 7 or 8 session for this year. All right, as one of my goals in the beginning of this year, that I want to have about 8 sessions on Top Club, and I'm excited. This is the last session, and I'm excited because we've done the various sessions. I'm excited. All right, because one of my goals is that I want it to support TV, okay, to be a platform where young people will come and gain access to different topics. We have talked about vision, goal setting, and different things on this platform. So I'm excited because it's part of my goal for this year. But I created this plan to do that. I created a plan in the beginning. That means I must have a session per month. Every month, I must bring on a speaker to come and speak about a topic. That's the goal. Now, that's the process. That's the step towards achieving that goal. Do you get? So there are different processes to achieve that goal. There's one that involves looking for the speaker, looking for the topic, okay, creating the flyer. Those are different steps or systems to achieve that goal every month. But at least the goal is to bring speakers every month to talk about bring speakers every month to talk about different topics that will help young people get educated and informed. All right, and I'm actually happy I achieved that. All right, not me. I didn't do that alone. Okay, that's why you need people. All right, I achieved that with our marvelous and great team at Teams on Purpose International. So let me know if you have questions. In the next 3 minutes, we'll be going off. I'm ready for your questions. What have you gained so far? Let me know what you have learned so far. If you're still on this session, let me know what you have learned so far. While I am waiting for questions. If you're typing your questions, let me know you are typing your questions. So based on everything I've said so far, don't forget we talked about goal setting and planning. The main aim is not just goal setting. The main aim is to plan towards that goal, okay? Because once you follow your plans, okay, the goals will be achieved. Your plans are the various system, are the various process that will help you achieve that goal, all right? So I talked about having a vision for your life, okay? What can you see in the next 4 years, in the next 5 years? I'm breaking it down to what you do next year, all right, in 2024. And based on what you want to do 24, set 8 to 10 goals. Don't set too many goals. 8 to 10 goals that cover different areas of your life. And for each of those goals, make sure you have what are the 5 things you must do to achieve it. All right. What are the 5 things you must do to achieve it? And for each of those 5 things, make sure you get started on the first thing on the top. That's the way to prepare for it. All right. And don't forget to create system that will help you achieve it. System are those things you do every day that will put you in line to that goals. All right. Goals is about the results you want to achieve. System are the process, are the things you must do every day that will help you achieve it. All right. So that's good. So let me just tell you, okay, let me just tell you some of the goals I achieved this year. All right. Let me tell you some of the goals I achieved this year. So by next year, I know some of you, we are going to tell you some of the goals you achieved next year too. So Grace is saying, I got reminded of the goals. The goal of goals is to grow. I am grateful and glad for tonight's session. Thank you for the insight. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Scientist Love. When Mr. said, goals are about the results you want to achieve. System is what will help you achieve those goals. Yes. And that system you must focus on. That system you must focus on. So some of the goals I achieved this year, okay, I achieved many goals this year, to be sincere. I set only 10 goals, okay, and majorly I achieved about 7. But also I achieved many other goals because don't forget those 7 goals, those 10 goals are strong goals, okay? So I was able to achieve many other goals as a result of those 7 goals. So some of the goals I achieved this year was that I was able to write and self-publish my 4th book, The Action Code. And one of my goals next year is to publish 2 books. One is maximizing your 20s, and the second one is about the purpose code or something about the area of helping you discover your purpose and set plans and create vision towards your purpose. So I'm publishing 2 books next year. But this year I wrote and published and self-published my 4th book. I also read about 50 books. I read more than 50 books, but at least I read 50 books this year. And next year I'm doing the same thing next year. Also, I started my life coaching business after waiting for some time. After trying to learn skills, I started around October my life coaching business, and the journey has been interesting so far. Okay, because that's why I don't know that sometimes you have to take action to really know something. All this while you are preparing your mind. Sometimes it's when you take action that you know you are prepared. Because what took me time to that I spent months learning. In just one coaching session with someone, I got understanding about it. That's why one of my mentors used to say that if you are waiting to be ready, you're already late. You are already ready. Just start. All right. So I started a life coaching business. Through Teens on Purpose International, we were able to impact 10,000 young people, more than 10,000 young people, 10,000 plus young people in about 13 states in Nigeria. We achieved that in July together with a great team at Teens on Purpose International. I was also able to connect to 20 people, amazing people online, doing great things. How did I connect with them? I met them online. Also, I attend conferences. I attend conferences or a program in Lagos at least once in a month, a physical conference. I go there every month. I search for conferences and I attend at least once a month to fulfill that my goal, my relationship goals, which is connecting with about 20 people this year. 20 people doing amazing things. So how did I achieve that goal? One of my steps is that what I said, I will attend conferences. I will connect with people online, intentionally online or strategically online. Some of them I have to get their product, serve under them, stuff like that. So I connected with about 20 amazing people. I also built my company website. I have a digital agency, More Digital. So I was able to achieve that one, build my company website, create structures for the company, for my digital agency. And also, I registered our organization, Teens of Purpose International. We are now registered. Okay, we are registered with CAC. I was able to design and post over 250 quotes this year. It's more than that, okay? But about 250 quotes this year. I became a certified speaker and coach. I took the certification. It improved my speaking, all right? Before, like, I speak with speed erratically, but I've improved, okay? And I'm keep improving, all right? It's a process, it's a journey, okay? But I'll keep putting myself out there to improve and get better every time and every day. And that is that I learned project management and I became certified. Those are part of my goals linked to my future goals. And also, and many other things. So let me just stop there, okay? So please, those are great goals I achieved this year, and amidst others ones. So you too, you can achieve your goals, all right? Never give up. Because this year went somehow for you, that doesn't mean that next year will be the same. Don't carry the burden of this year to next year, all right? Leave everything that happened this year in this year. Learn from it, and based on what you learned from what happened this year, prepare for the new year. And the best time to start preparing is now. Thank you all for joining tonight. In the absence of questions, I'll be calling this a close. And I'm sure you've been impacted. 2023 has been a great year for us. We've learned so much over the past 12 months. And I'm excited that we are closing with this final session. And I look forward to you achieving great goals in 2024. I look forward to you becoming all God has destined for you to be. I look forward to you working intentionally every day towards the goals you are setting. And I see 2024 as a great year for you. So please, can you just put in the comment section that 2024 was a great year? I want to put that because that is like the Bible talks about your expectations shall not be cut short. So just speak into your 2024 that 2024 was a great year. For me, it's already a great year for me, and I'm sure for you too, it's a great year. So thank you for joining. Bemisola Blessing, Scientist Love, Sandra Salau, Ushe Gupe, and everyone who joined. Thank you all for joining tonight. Until we see next year, happy Christmas and a prosperous new year in advance. Good night. Bye.